still here on Alyssa. You said that you disagree on the OnlyFans stuff, but we already talked about the OnlyFans stuff. So, but you said most men don't care about OnlyFans and it doesn't hinder a woman from finding a partner. Hearing some of the arguments I made, do you have a change of opinion? Or
I mean, I still have the same opinion just because, like I said earlier, like we're all literally the combination of billions of dependent variables that are based on our own unique nature and nurture. We can't like broadly say anything, but I agree with a lot of the things that you said.
So if I can admit, and this is actually my belief, that there is some degree of cope when it comes to, these OnlyFans women, they're just going to be forever alone, they're going to be lonely, they're going to have cats, they're never going to find a man. If I can admit that that's bullshit, are you able to admit that by virtue of woman having an OnlyFans or being a sex worker, that she's going to close the door on a lot of men?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
A lot of men are not going to be okay with it.
And I would even say, like, and then again, I'm a libertarian, so I don't give a fuck what other adults do as long as it doesn't harm anyone. But I wouldn't want to be with a man who was supportive of it.
You wouldn't want to be a man who's supportive of
OnlyFans, yeah.
Okay. Well, we already had the conversation, so we won't linger too long on the OF
You're
stuff.
a libertarian?
I am. If I was going to categorize it, yes. Like, I have views from both sides, but for the most, like, for myself, I probably have more, like, based views, but I just feel like other people should, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, do what the fuck you want.
So you're a harm reductionist libertarian?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So, I mean, I do have to ask then, I'm going to try to frame this correctly for the TOS, but if a brother were to have carnal relations with their sister, what would your objection be to that as a libertarian?
I feel like it is a harm because when it comes to reproductive issues...
They can't reproduce, let's say.
I mean, it's against the law. I think they should...
That's not... So what?
So are we having a philosophical thing? Philosophically, I don't give a fuck. That doesn't have anything to do with me. But within the parameters of our current society and law, then obviously they shouldn't do that. I don't fucking condone it, but I mean, whatever.
Why not? Why not condone it? If there's no harm,
I'm not going to fuck my brother. I'm not going to fuck my brother. You know?
I get it. But,
so I'm saying for me...
you're a harm reductionist, right?
Yeah.
So if there's no actual harm to reduce, you can't really say anything about it being bad.
How can you apply that broadly, though? Because you can't say that every brother and sister
wouldn't be able to... You can apply it broadly right now because people get arrested for doing it because it's considered immoral.
Right, but you said in the instance that they can't reproduce. So you can't like broadly apply a standard because most of them would be able to reproduce.
Well, you can. What if they were same sex?
I mean, I don't give a fuck if a sister wants to.
Right, you don't care, right? So your harm reduction is that you just don't care about
what other people
things
do.
like incest. You don't care about probably things like necrophilia. You probably don't care about any of those things because there's no provable harm.
You could absolutely say that necrophilia causes harm.
Oh yeah? Tell me how.
It causes harm to the family members of the body.
What if they have no family members or will their body to do it?
It causes harm.
The body can't consent to it, so it's
no. You can consent to it before you die.
It causes harm because of the potential exposure
if you
to
write up a
will, wait.
If you write up a will and you say, I don't care if somebody sleeps with my corpse, then like whatever.
Then you don't care, right?
I don't care.
Yeah, that's why libertarianism is stupid and leads to all sorts of immoral conclusions.
Whatever you say. For the most, it's hard to like really quantify my political views, but for the most part, I'm in favor of the government being less involved in whatever extent is possible. Obviously, it needs to be involved for certain things, but like I don't give a fuck if gay people want to
you don't care. Yeah, you don't care. You don't care. I know you don't care about incest. You don't care about necrophilia. You don't care about anything. Your harm reductionist values are as immoral and degenerate as you can possibly imagine. That's why we're not a libertarian nation. We're not a libertarian nation because all roads lead to degeneracy.